Hi, welcome. Hello again, my little pepperoni and cheeses. Today we are going to be building a front door sort of coat tree slash put your shoes on it slash hang your bag up. At the moment, the family room doesn't have anything like this, and there's no mudroom or sort of room leading into the house. It's just straight into the family room. I wish I was one of those cool people who could call it a den, but for some reason that just never stuck with me. So I need something that I can easily toss my keys onto, put the dog's leash on, have a spot for my shoes. At the moment, everything's just sort of on the floor, and I've done my best to use an old hand-me-down little bookshelf to be a spot for like keys and things, but it's very narrow, so it's not that great of an option, and it makes it very difficult to actually use, so we kind of just don't very much. So it's just kind of taking up space. I found this piece on Wayfair that was on clearance, and I thought it looked pretty cute and kind of matches the whole like earth tones, dark sort of decor that we have going on in the family room. It's supposed to be cozy. I don't know if it reads that way to anyone else, but it does to me, and I just felt like this was the right piece. So I'm going to be setting that up today. Pro tip for anyone who's trying to move a piece of furniture that's bigger than them and heavy: number one, take out as much as you can to get rid of some of the weight. But number two, you can use cardboard under the legs or feet or wherever the weight is bearing down to slide items across the floor. It works on hardwood and it works on carpeting really well. You just have to make sure that the cardboard stays underneath the piece, or you can risk like scratching your floors. And it's also really not that easy to go from one type of flooring to the other, and nearly impossible if you have a little ridge in between your two rooms. So that's something to take into consideration. But just moving something around like this, it's really easy to just slip some cardboard on there and you just like immediately become She-Hulk and you can move anything, which is awesome. So I've built my fair share of IKEA furniture, so I feel like I'm kind of a pro, but you know, every piece varies and you never know if you're gonna get the right hardware, if things are gonna be warped, if everything's going to actually be in the box. So we'll see how that goes. As far as where the old bookshelf is going to go, the little skinny one, I'm going to be putting that into my little studio slash computer room area because I have plenty of space for it. And I'm just going to switch out some of like the books that are just ones that belong to me, like the more girly series like Twilight and stuff like that. I'm going to be putting those into that bookshelf and leaving the common books in the larger bookshelf in the family room, and just because they'll look nicer and be more diverse than some YA fiction that everyone liked in the 6th grade. So I'm gonna get started moving the books, moving the little bookshelf so that we have an area to put the actual new piece of furniture. I'm also probably gonna be like Windexing the floor. I don't actually have like a mop. I don't know anyone who has a mop. I guess some people are like mop households, but my family was never moppy. We never had a mop that I can remember, and we didn't use it often if we did. So I just kind of like use Windex, and I know that's probably terrible, so don't come at me, but that is what is happening for now until I invest in something else. And I'm just gonna do that because this is a high traffic area by the front door, so there's a lot of coming in and going out, especially with the dog. When we take him on a you-know-what, he's sitting right there so I can't say it, and it gets really dirty on the floor, so I'll definitely be wiping that down thoroughly to make sure that I'm not putting the new piece of furniture on top of old dirt, because... So, let's get started.
Until the world, I'm gonna sing down under the water. Until the world. until what a world. I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna sing until what a world. I'm gonna sing down under the water until what a world. I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna sing until what a world. I'm gonna sing down under the water until what a world. I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna sing until what a world. I'm gonna sing down under the water until what a world. I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna sing until what a world. I'm gonna sing down under the water until what a world. I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna sing.
Okay, so here are the results as of the moment. I'm kind of liking how everything turned out, but I do have a situation towards the window. I don't know if I like this whole space being open or not. It's something to get used to, and I'm also not sure if I like the bookcase being like catty corner. It kind of has like a 90s vibe to me. It also gives a sort of like little reading nook area, and that red chair is so comfortable for laying and reading books. I fall asleep almost every time, so I think that whole vibe is pretty good, but there's some other small details that I might change around in the future, just like decorating type things, and we'll have to see how Cuddy likes his new sleeping area. I think he's gonna be fine with it, but we'll see. If he objects, we'll have to change some things around. Aside from that, I guess let's look at how it looks now. Thank you guys so much for watching another little small makeover with Be Well. I hope that you enjoyed this one. I can definitely say that I'm enjoying the results. It has been so nice to have something like this at the front door that you can put coats and keys and other items that you need as you're going out of the house on. It's great for organization. I think it looks really nice, and it wasn't that hard to put together, and it wasn't very expensive, so it's definitely something that I'm glad I invested in. I'm also finding that I really like the way that the layout turned out. At first it was a little shocking because it seems like there's a lot more space, and I wasn't really sure about the positioning of the bookshelf, but after a couple days I realized that I actually really like it, and it's very functional. It puts things on display. And I like the fact that Cuddy's bed and awning are no longer obscuring half of the bookshelf, since it is kind of a nice statement feature piece within the whole room itself. I decided to show a couple shots with the lights off as well, just some ambient lighting, because it was nighttime when I was recording the after shots, obviously, and I think it looks really, really cozy at night. I decided that in the open space by the window, I might eventually invest in a floor plant to put there. It'll be the nicest thing, I think, to add a little bit more character to the room and make it feel a little less empty over there. But for now, I'm happy to open the blinds and let all the sunlight in, and Cuddy definitely enjoys all of the extra space that he has over there, so I think it turned out for the best for everyone. Thanks again for watching, and if you liked this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this.